friends. Heather Lytle Communications. How are ya? So it's February. It's February. Can you believe it? February is the month of love. Valentine's Day. It's cold. It's a short month. You know what else February is? February is time management month. And I'm going to say that maybe these two things go together because, if you've ever been in love, sometimes it's hard to manage your time. I'm just saying, just floating out there. If anybody's been in love, they know this. So what we're going to talk about this month is how to manage your time. How do we do this effectively? So last month we got organized. We talked about expenses. We talked about other things. This month we're going to talk about time. There is never enough time. Okay. So what are we going to talk about? First up, working from home. So there's a lot of areas of work from home that really help as an employee, for the employee to manage their time. And there's also a lot of benefits as an employer, but there can be a lot of detriments to that. And that is managing the time and making sure that that time stays productive, right? So we're going to talk about in your work from home policy. Let's talk about who can work from home, when they can work from home, what do they need to work from home, and how do you make sure that those work from home hours are productive? So you really need to think about how you're setting your employees up for success when they're working from home. Because let's be honest, 2020 has taught us people are going to want to work from home. And that's going to be a benefit, a fringe benefit, or an option that people want to have in order to be, to work for your company. And let's face it, when your company is hiring, you're going to have to offer as many benefits as people want that you can within reason to make sure that you get the best people in your organization. Next up, we're going to talk about time and attendance. So time and attendance is a big ticket item for me. It is a big ticket item for me because what we find a lot of times is we don't have a clear time and attendance policy. We don't have clear boundaries. We don't say, hey, this is when you get your vacation time. This is how you request your vacation time. This is when you can't take vacation time. This is how it resets and carries over. All of those things need to be covered in your time and attendance, in addition to any sort of holidays that you might have. So if you have paid holidays, you need to make sure that that's clear. And how do you feel about somebody calling off right before or right after a holiday to, extend that time a little bit? It happens. So you need to be ready. And the reason why these are something that helps you save time, so you're not answering the same questions over and over and over again. So you're not wasting your time waiting for somebody to show up or call in, or they don't know how to call in, they don't know when to call in, they don't know who to call in to. All of these things that waste a lot of time. Whereas if you set the expectation and the expectation is out there, then you have a good point of reference to send people to for the questions and make sure that they're adhering to that expectation, right? So finally, another thing that really saves a lot of time, an onboarding process. Okay. I have to channel all of my process knowledge into onboarding. When you hire an employee, make sure that you know where they're going to sit, who they're going to report to, what they need access to, who's going to do any sort of company policy review, employee handbook review, all of those things. You have to make sure that you understand how all of that stuff works and that you're meeting with this employee and getting them ready to go as quickly as possible within reason. So you don't want to rush through it. You want to make sure it's thorough, it's comprehensive, but you also want to make sure that you don't have to go back and forth a million times, because let me tell you, your onboarding process is your first impression. So when you interview somebody, your first impression of them That's your first impression of them. When you onboard that person, that is their first impression of you. And you know what they say about first impressions. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. So make sure that your onboarding process is sound. You're not wasting time. You have them ready to go. You can anticipate their questions for the most part, and you have those things to walk through with them. Don't waste their time. Don't make them regret taking the job with you, because you're going to have to go through that again, and you don't want to go through that again. So these are the policies and processes that save you time in February. We're talking about time management. If you want more information, follow our website, LinkedIn, Facebook, or download our free resource guide, Policies and Processes That Save You Time. Have a great one.